displaying the glory of God's creation by exploring America one park at a time. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave, the park's professor. 19th hole. The par and distance are at the top of the screen. This hole is located across the main park road from the 18th hole, and also just across the main park road from the parking lot. There's a slight dogleg right here as we head into the woods and head up to the basket. And this is a very tight area here as you get close to the basket. The park's lake is off to the right, so you don't want to try to cut that dogleg. You'll end up throwing your disc into the lake. There's the basket, and there's the view back to the tee. The 20th hole is one of the more interesting holes on this course. We play out of a tight chute of trees with a fairly low ceiling, but then this hole is going to really open up, and we're going to dogleg right here to get down to the basket, which is right beside the lake. I do want to welcome you back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave, the park's professor. You can see this little peninsula built out into the lake that the basket is on, and so that really brings the lake into play and adds an element of adventure and danger to this hole. I like this hole. 21st hole plays slightly uphill. There is an asphalt walking path here that leads to a picnic shelter from the parking lot on the right. And the dangerous thing is you can't see traffic coming from the right on that walking path when you're standing on the tee because you're blocked by brush. So you really could use a spotter on this hole to help prevent accidents and to deal with the safety hazard there. Other than that, this is a very open hole and honestly a pretty boring hole. We are at Brook County Park. We are between Kalamazoo and Battle Creek, Michigan, and therefore we are in southwest Michigan. This park is actually owned and maintained by Kalamazoo County. Hole number 22 plays across the corner of a wide open field. You can't see the basket from the tee, but it is behind the right end of the trees that you see across the field here. So that's where you want to aim. Basically, you go around the right edge of the trees and then slightly downhill to get to the basket. This is a really long hole, but it's also really open. Maybe it should be a par 4. I should mention that this course does not officially assign pars to any holes. The pars that I'm showing you are from dgcoursereview.com. That's a very good website for disc golf courses. There are a lot of very knowledgeable people there. This is the par they suggest, and I think it's reasonable for this hole. There's the basket up ahead. There's also the park entrance road off here to the right. And that road is out of bounds. The next tee is across the road and in the woods to the right. There's the view back up the fairway on this hole. Hole number 23 plays across a shallow ravine. It's very similar to some of the holes that we saw on the middle 9. And it's not a bad hole, but it is really tight. The trees seem to be randomly placed up here, and you just throw your disc and hope you get a good ricochet off of a tree. At this point I'll mention that I took a vow many years ago not to make any monetary compensation from anything I do for this project, and I have kept that vow, and therefore the only thing I get for doing this are your likes, your subscribes, your comments, and your views, and I do appreciate all of those things. 24th and final hole on this course is the longest hole on this course, and it also might be the best hole on this course. We play out of this little chute of trees with kind of a low ceiling out into this very wide open area. But then this hole is going to take another little twist and turn. We're going to curve off to the right into this really narrow tunnel and with a really low ceiling. And then we're going to play downhill through this little tunnel of trees down to the basket. This is a really interesting hole, and I do really like this hole. I also really like this course. This is a very nice recreational course. That's the parking lot off to the left there. This course maybe doesn't have a lot of truly memorable holes, and it could use some sprucing up. Some new baskets, some new tees to allow for varying hole lengths, and that sort of thing. But it is very popular among recreational players and leagues, and most people who come here have a really good round. That is the end of the course. Thank you for watching. Have a great afternoon, take care, and Lord bless.